Hey, hello friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally doesn't work. Justin, you are the first one here on the show. Welcome. We got Eduardo Garza. How are you doing tonight? Everybody, Boomer Sooner, Blinken, Renee, Lamont, Watson, Eagles fans, man. I want to hate you guys, but it's hard to, man. You guys are almost becoming like family now. You guys are here so much. Gabrielle, Alex, Marcelo, Ronnie Bates, Matt, one of our winners, Robert, Jose, Alex, Patrick, Jays, Derek Young, Mike, Robert Roach. How's everybody doing tonight? Man, this is it, man. We got tonight's show, we got Monday night's show, and then we are on the road. Constant viewing for your pleasure will be here on the Joe Boo Sports Report. I am so excited about the draft. And speaking of the draft, before I forget, tonight's drawing is for... Where did it go? Where did it go? Somewhere. There is a Dak Prescott autographed jersey, and that's what we're doing for our drawing tonight. Everybody who's done donations and stuff, which are going to help for our draft trip. The latest entries, Eric Martinez, thank you very much. You're entered into tonight's drawing. Dennis Davenport, thank you. Edgar Reyes, and if I mess up your name, understand, I'm dyslexic. I'm not that bright, and I've been hitting the head a lot. Adrian Collins. And who else do we have? We have Rick Heiss. And my writing looks like chicken scratch as well. And Pine Brooks. So later tonight, we'll be doing that drawing. My man DMV at Dallas Cowboys will be joining us. And my man Law Nation may be chiming in as well. The sound is nice, good. I've been working on getting this stuff together, and you would think since I've had it for, 4 or 5 months now, that I would have it down pat. But, I'm old and technology challenged. Anybody who wants to be like an intern to come help me out and help run the board, hey, I'm all for it, because it's getting to be a whole lot to take care of. But like I said, any super chats that we get tonight, we'll enter you guys into the drawing for the Dak Prescott autographed Joe Boo shirt, and it's around here someplace. I've been moving everything around, so it's over there. It's actually right over there, I believe. But anyway, we'll pull it out before the drawing and stuff, and we'll get Michael Anthony Fitness to pull it up. What's up? Crazy fact: Dak has never had a losing season. True. That is true. That is very true. And it's amazing. I get told that, I am just literally in love with Dak Prescott. I don't have a restraining order against me yet from Dak Prescott or anything. But I got to tell you, so many people, Harmony Jones, thank you very much for Super Chat. We'll enter you in the drawing. So many people just want to trash him. But here it is. How many seasons in a row did Tony Romo have winning seasons? Anybody? It wasn't a lot, if it were any, because I think it was kind of like 8-8, 8-8, 14-2, 15, 4-12, and I don't think he had back-to-back winning seasons. But our quarterback who has only 2 seasons in the NFL, 13-3. And 9-7, and 9-7 most years would have gotten our Cowboys in the playoffs. Like those 8-8 seasons. Had we won the last game of the year, we would have been in the playoffs, and we would have been ecstatic about that. Yeah, we had a 9-7 season, and we unfortunately missed the playoffs. But it is what it is. The thing I don't understand is this. Okay, people will say, "Oh, you're happy about Jason Garrett." No, I'm not happy that we got Jason Garrett as a coach. I would have made a move a long time ago if it had been up to me. I would have said, actually, when we got rid of Wade Phillips, if we're going to clean the slate, let's clean the slate. Unfortunately, I don't own the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not the GM. I'm not the guy making the decision. So he is our coach. We don't have anybody else for the 2018 season. LaRon G, thank you very much. So what we have to do is, LaRon G, thanks very much. We got to support him. I'm a Cowboy fan. I want him to win in spite of Jason Garrett. And I said this yesterday that you realize what's going to happen because every year that Jason Garrett is on the hot seat, it's literally he has a great season. Think about 2014. We came off of not 2014. Well, 2014 as well. 8-8 season, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8. And everybody kind of said, maybe Jason Garrett's not the guy. This is it for Jason Garrett if they don't win. 2014, great season. Tony Romo's best of his career. Coach of the year. Okay.
It was a Jerry Jones party.
So much for him being on the hot seat. Right?
It was a Jerry Jones party.
All right. So what are we getting this season right now? Jason Garrett is on the hot seat. He's got to do well. This is a contract year for him because he's got 2 years left on the contract. You don't have a coach go into the last year of a contract as a lame duck. It just doesn't happen. So either you fire him and bring in somebody else, or you go ahead and you re-sign him. New contract. That's where we are with Jason Garrett right now. Whether you like that or not. So with that, guess what? Jason Garrett's going to have a good season to save his short job. And we'll have to live through another year of Jason Garrett. He won't win the Super Bowl. I don't think we'd be that lucky. But he will win enough that you say, you can't fire the guy. Even though Denver went to the Super Bowl and decided to fire John Fox, their coach. They said, you know what?
2 years later, went back Super Bowl and won.
You're not the guy. We're going to fire you. Even though you went to the Super Bowl, it's okay. We're going to go ahead and bring in somebody else. Even though Atlanta, who was basically where we are with Matty Ice, you can look at the exact parallels. You could say Matty Ice was Tony Ono, and they got rid of their coach. And then they went to a Super Bowl. But Dallas Cowboys, of course, we like what you're doing. We like Jason Garrett. We believe in Jason Garrett. So what will happen is the night where we'll continue into 2019 because the Cowboys are going to have a great season. It's just the way it is. Be prepared for it, guys. Be prepared. The Cowboys are going to have a good enough season that Jason Garrett will be here. So, that, it is what it is. But I want you guys to check out something here. Oh, my God. I can't wait to try these out. We have DEF CON sauces. And I'm told that last one is hot as hell. There is a warning that's on there. I may have to actually make a waiver for you guys to sign before even trying that stuff. Because it's supposed to be hot as hell. And I've got a gallon of it, so it may last a long time.
They signed me up.
Well, Michael said he's signing. I can't wait because he's trying to get those fire chips and stuff and do that challenge.
One chip.
That one chip that's like instant death.
Like $65.
So we're going to be doing that challenge at the draft. I got a lot of work to do this weekend. I'm going to see the actual RV on Sunday and do the final preparation for it. Start getting some of the food together and start barbecuing those pork shoulders this weekend. I cannot wait, guys, to get there. The only question will be is, who are we drafting in the draft? Who would you guys like to see? Would I be disappointed if we picked Vander Esch at 19? Seems like a reach. I think that would definitely... Whoa, Nicholas, thank you very much. David Irving is slimming down from 315 to 290. With him slimming down, here's the thing. Here's the question, Nicholas, on that. It depends on where he's going to be playing. If they end up using him at tackle again, you don't want him slimmed down. If anything, he's too small to be that defensive tackle. He's got, when I say this, people are going to laugh, but I don't mean this trying to toot my own horn, but I played nose guard at about 225 pounds, which was way, way too small, even back in the day when I played, which was like the mid-'80s. But the thing I could do is I had speed where I could move faster than the offensive lineman. My first step, if it was gap defense and I had to get into the gap, I could get into the gap and get past the center or the guard before they had a chance to block down. And that's what David Irving has. But the problem was, here's the big problem. If it was a double team or if I got caught in that stunt, I didn't have the weight and the mass to be able to hold up. Boom. I'm downfield. I'm out of the play. I'm not able to hold the space. So yeah, David Irving as a tackle can maneuver, he can stunt and do things really, really well. But if it has to be, I got to take on a double team or straight up run block, you need that extra weight and girth to get you through. And that's one of those things that losing the weight, you're going to be faster. But when you got to take on that bulk, then no, that's not good. Now, if he's going to be playing exclusively defensive end, you love that. You want a fast defensive end whose first step is going to get to that outside shoulder of the offensive tackle, because then you're going to be able to beat him. He's going to step out. If you can get to that shoulder, boom, you're going to be past him. You're going to be on the quarterback just like that. So it just depends on what the plan is for using him. Another person who's actually slimmed down a little bit too. I'd mentioned this that when I saw Dak, was it 2 weeks ago, Mike? Okay, he's on his PlayStation. When I saw him 2 weeks ago, to me, he looked like he was thinner. Definitely leaner. He was built like a linebacker, and he could take a hit, and thank God he could take a hit, because we learned against Atlanta, at least he can get back up. Excuse me, let me just a seat right here. But he's lost 10 pounds, and that's going to enable him to move around that pocket much better as well. He's been already working out with Alan Hearns, and thus far, everything you hear is really positive from camp. The defensive backs love Chris Richard. They are raving about Chris Richard and the whole concept. Chris Richard actually said Kevon Frazier has a lot of the same skills as Cam Chancellor. That's some high praise. And he would know because he coached Cam Chancellor through the best parts of his career. We've got an internal struggle that's going on right now at the Cowboys, because you've got two camps right now. And I'll be honest, I love the fact that we are having discussions about moves, that we are making decisions by committee, as opposed to Jerry Jones just saying, I want me some Dion, and making a move here, making a move there. We're actually getting thought process and weighing the pros and cons of bringing guys in and cutting people. Whether or not you agree or disagree with the Des Bryant situation, normally it would have been Jerry Jones' straight call, and Des Bryant would still be here. But because we had coaches that put their input, we had Stephen Jones putting their input, that they came to a decision by committee. And I believe the more people that can actually input, if you're a guy that has to coach somebody, if you know that I've got a problem with that guy, what he's doing, he's not studying enough, his blocking assignments aren't done correct, and you look at it and say, this is not the kind of guy I want to coach. This is what I need to be successful. You start looking around and saying, okay, does it fit into our cap situation? Okay, do we have money to pay that guy? Is it a luxury? Is it a guy that we can work with, a guy that fits our system? So everything that's going on right now is being thought out, as opposed to just saying, I got a gut feeling from Jerry Jones and I'm just going to pull the trigger and get me a Johnny Manziel. I love that fact, 100%. So right now, there's the internal struggle of, do we, in fact, go for Earl Thomas? We know Seattle wants to get rid of him. They're desperate for draft picks. No second, no third round draft pick. Tons of holes on their team and no money to pay free agents. They need the picks. They want to get as much as possible, but the closer it gets to the draft, the more they're probably going to be willing to deal a little bit. Jeremy Bramlett, thank you very much. Do you want that beast? Who do I want for the Beast? I would love, again, being a former defensive lineman in college and offensive lineman in high school, I truly believe you win from the line out. You look at what our offensive line had done for Tony Romo, being able to run the ball, being able to control the tempo of the game. We need the same thing on defense. And I believe we've got great defensive ends. What you'll notice as the season progressed, DeMarcus Lawrence got most of his sacks early in the season. He's quick getting upfield. He's fantastic getting upfield. Problem is quarterbacks could start stepping up because we didn't have the rush up the middle. What's happening, my man? Everybody, welcome E2 Blue to the house. Can you hear me, E2?
What it do?
Man, you
Y'all
tell me.
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Your picture's not moving or anything. Are you on your cell phone? You got a bat, man. We got to get you some new Wi-Fi, man, or something.
Hold on one second.
Okay. He's experiencing technical difficulties.
Is that better?
That's much better. Much better. How are you doing tonight,
right.
man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm ready for this draft.
Are you ready for the draft? You ready for the draft trip?
I'm ready for it all, bro.
Man, we're gonna have a ball. You want to hear some? Okay, guys. You know what I'm giving up doing this? Okay, guys. You know what? I love my wife. I love her to death, and it'll be death do us part. And I'm hoping that one of us doesn't kill the other. But you know, I had told her months ago that, hey, we're going to be doing this draft trip and everything else and stuff. She said, man, that sounds great. You're going to have a wonderful time doing that and stuff. She said, you know, I'm all for that. And then she told me about a month ago, she said, you know, I'm going to have to go to Dallas too. We have a little United Way event. I was like, really? Okay. You know, she said, yeah, it's going to be another, thing with the Cowboys. Really? With the Cowboys? Okay, cool. DeMarcus Ware is hosting it. 10 o'clock on Wednesday, so we'll be on the road. Here's what's going to be interesting. Now hold on to your hats. Guess who else is going to be there?
Who's that?
All of the invited first-round draft picks.
Oh, my God.
She said, I wish you could be there because I needed you to take, film and pictures of it. You sure you can't be there? Oh, but you're going to be having fun with your friends. Make sure you have a good time.
I like how she tried to put that guilt trip on you there.
I'm like, oh, everybody's like, wait a minute. You mean all of the first-round draft picks the day before the draft? Okay. All right. So we're going to be missing that.
That's that old standard woman guilt trip for you right there.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to be missing, unfortunately. But she said, we're going to be live streaming it, so I hope you get to watch it.
That's messed up.
Yeah, but it's all good. But I'm ready for this trip, man. I'm as excited as can be. We got our wing sauce. I got my deep fryers for the wings. I got my grills ready. I'll be collecting all the stuff, so we're definitely going to be ready for this trip. So now that we have gone through all of the paperwork, we've looked at all of the draft picks and everything else, we've got rid of Dez Bryant, we've brought in Alan Hearns, and some other players. What is your gut feeling that we're going to do in this draft? Oh, and there's also, the talk of Earl Thomas.
Well, I think that's already in the works as far as Earl Thomas goes. I think that's going to happen either draft day or sometime next week before the draft. Mm-hmm. Because like you said before, Seattle needs those picks. They don't have a second. They don't have a third. They need those. So they're going to get desperate. They're going to be like, all right, Dallas, you ready? Let's go ahead and do this. But as far as draft picks go, we need to go ahead and that first round stop playing. Go ahead and get Will Hernandez. In the second round, you got a couple of options because I think some of these guys are going to fall. We might can get a linebacker, a decent linebacker. If not, I know the team was looking at Cortland Sutton. If he's there at the second round, I will go ahead and scoop him up. But like I said, we definitely need a defensive tackle. We need some linebackers. So those are the top three things that we need right off the bat. Everything else can just fall in line.
Well, Here's another one to throw in there, and I kind of mentioned this one before James Hanna got put on the retirement reserve list. Is do we look at a tight end, and is there a curse of Jason Witten? Because it seems like every tight end we bring in never seems to pan out.
It's not a curse. It's just that he won't let nobody on the field. I mean, it's really just as simple as that.
Well, some of them have a hard time staying
Jason
on the
don't
field.
want to come off the field.
Okay, well, he actually said today that, if the Cowboys draft a tight end early and all that, he's on board for whatever it takes for the team to win. And, he can mentor him, bring him in and everything else and step aside if he needs to and so on. So at least we're hearing that he's willing to give up some of that.
I like Mark Andrews.
Okay. Wow, Jeremy, good God Almighty. How many draft picks do you see us having? Well, we've got 10 right now. We'll probably lose one for Earl Thomas, if not two.
I think it might be two.
What I'm hoping for is
either a second or a third, or a second and the fifth. I can see them doing the second and the fifth.
No. Look, if you're gonna go second straight up, forget that. No, I'm not trying to buy the farm for him. Adam Espedita, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name. Thank you very much for the super chat, and Jeremy, thank you as well. Both of you guys are entered in the drawing, and we appreciate that. I'm not trying to, give up too much for Earl Thomas. Now, do I think that he could be a difference maker on our defense? I think he definitely could be.
It just really all depends on what Seattle brings to the table on draft day.
Right. Yeah. And Seattle's going to want to make a move. We all know Seattle wants to make a move. And as far as I can tell, nobody else has been interested like we have for that.
No, because I think most of these teams, the guys that they want, they're already eyeing them in the draft. But like we were talking about before, this first half of the draft is going to be interesting because I think the Browns are going to, the Bills are going to move up.
Yeah.
They're going to be trying to switch either with the Giants or take one of the Bills picks. So, this thing is far from solidified.
Josh and Matt, thank you guys both very much. Now, interesting thing about the Giants, because, and I know a lot of people have got the Dez Bryant fatigue and everything else, and I know he's no longer a Dallas Cowboy, and we shouldn't worry about that. But Dez has been pushing awful hard to try and get with the New York Giants, and I think
no, thank you.
thanks. Michael's over here. If you'd like to join the set, feel free to hop on in here.
I don't mind me wearing my workout.
He's working off of emotion right now. His whole sole reason is just to stay in the NFC East because he wants to stick it to the Dallas Cowboys because he wants that coaching staff to know that he still has it.
Big Main,
it's all emotion with him right now.
Right. Big Main, to join the drawing, if you do a super chat or if you go to my website, Cowboy Joe Boo, and make a donation, you're entered in the drawing. Tonight's going to be for the Dak Prescott autographed Joe Boo t-shirt authenticated by Emmett Smith's company. And I appreciate, because, guys, all the money that you guys donate goes back into the channel. The whole draft trip that we're doing is all because of you guys. And that's Rod Spussman. I mispronounced that. Appreciate it. Do you prefer DJ Moore or Sutton?
Either or, really. I like both of those guys. But Sutton is a pretty good, he would be a good pickup because he's a bigger guy. And we're going to need that. We're going to need somebody that plays with that uses his leverage to get the ball. We already have those other type of receivers. We got a fast guy with Deontay. He's basically taking Bryce Butler's position. Allen Hurns is similar to what Dez does. And like I said, if we get Sutton, that would round us out. I know they were looking at Calvin Ridley, but Ridley probably won't even be an option.
But, okay, well, my argument, of course, is I don't want a wide receiver first round.
I don't either.
I do not want to, because, and that's flash and no substance to me. I'm telling you, if we can control the clock with that offensive line, or if we can go ahead and make an impact in the middle of that defense, I think it's going to be a hell of a lot more than what we can do from, we got Vosh calling in too. Hang on, let me make sure I can get this right. Hopefully I don't lose you. Let me merge the two calls. We got Vosh calling in. Where is my other call? E2 Blue, where are you? Okay, let me see if I got this straight. Vosh, E2. Don't tell me, did I get it right?
Yo,
What's happening?
Woski, what's happening?
Everybody, I know
You know Vosh. And where is E2 Blue? Where? I may have to call you back. E2. Let me see if I can call him back. How are you doing tonight, my man? How are you feeling about our Dallas Cowboys?
Man, I feel the same, across the board, man. No matter what changes have happened in the past, couple of days or so, I still think go get your offensive line, fix that thing up, because it's one of the only position groups where if there's one missing link, the whole thing looks terrible, and we saw that last year. So, and my new way of thinking, my train of thought or whatnot, man, if Zeke's gonna get the ball 25 times, 5 catches or so, Dak's gonna run 6 times, the second running back is gonna run like 4.
Yeah.
Maybe we should build that offensive line. Some people say take a receiver with the first overall pick. Well, I mean, Dak's only going to throw the ball 18 to 25 times. You know what I'm saying? So let's build the offensive line, which would not only keep Zeke pissed off and productive, but it'll keep Dak Prescott upright. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, you and I are basically on the same page. The hot pick, of course, everybody wants a wide receiver. But I'm like you. I want to build that line again, offensive and defensive. If it was, okay, let's say you are GM and you could have anything you wanted, what would make your perfect draft?
I want Hernandez in the first, Christian Kirk in the second, and B.J. Hill in the third. That's your left guard, receiver, and defensive tackle. And if I can, go in the 4th round, maybe like Darius Leonard from South Carolina State, get that guy. He can fit in, play Sam today when we're doing mostly nickel stuff. He can give you a little bit of depth, a little bit of rotation there. I don't know if you want to get into the 5th, 6th, and 7th rounds, but I can if you want to.
Okay. All right. Let me try one more thing. Okay. Caulfield. That sounds interesting.
Let me just talk while you
go ahead.
go ahead and do
that.
Thing about this draft though, guys, like why I'm leaning mostly towards left guard, because if you look at the depth and how it's set up, also with how our picks line up or whatnot, you can get, like, if you get your guard first, you ain't got to worry about getting some scrub later. You know what I'm saying? Like Will Hernandez in round 1. You don't want to take a chance on guys like I don't know, Austin, whatever his face is. You don't want some scrub to come in and just be deaf guy on your offensive line. But you can get a top-tier receiver late in the draft. You can get a top-tier defensive tackle late in the draft. You can get a cool corner-type prospect, But once those guards are gone, they are gone. And they're not coming back, man. I think they're going to fly off in the first round, real early second. We pick at 50. That's what happens when you win 9 games. You pick at 19 and 50. You know what I'm saying? So I would go ahead and get that sort of extinct position out the way. That's real limited. And there's plenty of depth to go get later on in the draft. But that's just my opinion.
Irvin, I'm sorry. I've got to learn how to switch over from one to the other without losing everybody. Irvin's back with us.
It's all good. It's all good.
I'm old technology challenge,
up,
man. I've lived your life twice, my man. So we still hopefully have a 50, the number 50 pick, although that might be getting shipped out to Seattle. How you feel about that one?
Well, like I said before, they're probably going to want that second pick because they don't have one.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I agree. And if you get Earl with the trade of the second round pick, cool. Then you just drafted a 29-year-old free safety. Just run with that. If you stick to that draft plan, though, you can still get a receiver in the third, defensive tackle in the third, or fourth. There are linebackers there. Get that damn guard, man. When they gone, they
That's
gone.
what I said.
That's
what
right.
I said before you got on, Vosh. I said, go ahead, get Hernandez. Stop playing around. Get him in the first round. Get that line solidified, man. We good.
Well, the question will be is, will he fall to 19? I've heard some rumors, of course, or speculation that people think we might trade with New England and trade back, which I wouldn't be opposed to
depending on how the draft falls. Like last year's draft, you could see the edge rushers and stuff just flying off the board, and there were so many cornerbacks that were left that you knew second, third round, you could still get a quality cornerback. And depending on how this thing goes, you might have the opportunity to say, okay, I might be able to get the guy I really target, trade back a couple of spaces, and then pick up an extra pick like a third round. Thoughts? How do you feel about that?
I don't want to move back.
The thing about regular roulette is if you lose, you can just put more money on the table. Draft is more like Russian roulette. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you miss, you die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's cute to say, oh, let's trade back to get another pick, and Hernandez is going to be there. That's what we call projection.
Mm-hmm.
If we trade back and Will Hernandez goes at number 20, we're going to be sick. If he's your guy, if you think that highly of him, in which I do, I think that highly of him. I think the only reason people want to trade back to get Hernandez is because they see mock drafts and media scouts drafting him at 30 or 20 something or whatever. You don't know what these other teams feel like. They can be feeling what we feel. Last year we drafted Taco because we felt like there were a gang of DBs and we were running out of D line space.
Mm-hmm.
Well, damn it, at 19 we're gonna be running out of O line space. I sincerely think in the National Football League, we are running out of good offensive linemen, and D linemen are only getting better. Yeah. I think those guards are going to fly off the board. Let's get one before they're gone, man.
Well, since we're talking in terms of, if we're talking in casino terms, let me go with the poker face. So teams are going to be poker face. They're not going to sit here and let you know what they're doing. They're gonna bring this guy in. They're going to talk to this guy. They're going to talk in the media. They're going to tell different people that they're looking this way, but actually they're looking over here. So again, those mock drafts that those guys are doing, nobody's accurate. You know what I mean? Because like you said, you never know what a team's going to do. You don't know what they're thinking, and you don't want to gamble on that, especially a guy that you really want. That's why I say that we don't need to go back. If anything, we need to go up.
Yeah. I mean, because we're not a team that has 1,000 needs. Like, we got 10 picks, man. Let's just get the best guys we can get this year. We don't need 7 guys. Let's package all that. I don't know if I can cuss because you might get demonetized. I'm gonna chill. Let's package this stuff up.
Don't worry, I'll be all right. Okay.
Let's package that stuff up and get 5 of the best players in this draft.
I was just getting ready to say that 5. If we get 5 good guys, we good. That's all we need.
Let's just run it.
Hey, okay. I can live with that. I can definitely live with that. Okay.
Hey, Ms. Jack.
At the end of the day, we're not rebuilding. We just need pieces right now.
All right. Well, now, here's, I know, Vosh, you and I have disagreed on Jason Garrett. I have to throw all of my support behind Jason Garrett because I'm a Cowboy fan. I want him to do well, and I got to hope that he does well. But here's my theory is that we're going to have a good season this year. We're going to save Jason Garrett's job. He's going to get an extension, and we're going to have the nightmare continue on into the future. Your thoughts?
So I was just I was just saying that on my channel yesterday that those of you that want Jason Garrett gone so bad, you never want a losing season as a fan or shouldn't as a team in general. But again, as long as we keep winning, Jason Garrett will be this coach. Because again, Jerry Jones is going to be like, well, we're winning. Why would I fire him?
Every time he has been under the gun after the 8-8 seasons, all of a sudden, boom, he has a good season. Yeah, 2014, and
that's called clutch, showing up when we need you.
Exactly.
Except in the playoffs, okay.
To be fair,
Jason Garrett did that when he played in the league himself. He was clutch.
Fair enough. But look, man, to be fair, I'm not even Jason Garrett fan. If I could just go back to Russian roulette real fast, man. We saw the Denver Broncos go from good. They hired Vance Joseph just to roll some dice. Now they're terrible. Damn. I don't want, we know when our guys are healthy, we can win 13, 12, 14 games. I just don't want to lose Garrett, hire some scrub that's worse, and have to start this thing all over again, man.
The main thing is we don't need a crazy coach coming in here that everybody is hanging off his gonads like Gruden. We just need a guy that's going to come in with a new philosophy, somebody like Peterson, somebody that has fresh ideas, somebody that has some sort of creativity. I'm not talking about going all out crazy. I'm just talking about just able to switch things up and do things differently instead of the traditional way that we've been doing it for the last 7 damn years.
All right. Well, here, you're saying rolling the dice and you're talking about Denver. How about, say, the Rams or Buffalo?
For every what's his name? Sean
Sean
McVay.
McVay. Sean McVay doing a damn thing.
For every Sean McVay, it's 5 Mike Pence.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right.
It is. It is. That's rare. That's rare.
Thanks for the super chat.
So
Tony
yes,
Mac.
Go ahead. Get your money, man. Get your money, Mark.
The money to make sure we have this draft trip together. Tony Mark, thank you very much for the super chat. I just got actually this other comment from somebody. This wasn't on the super chat. I'm over Will McClay. There's really a lack of talent with the Dallas Cowboys.
Not true.
That's not true.
I'm kind of like.
Problem.
I mean, I know it's been hit or miss on the draft, but I believe we've drafted more Pro Bowl players since 2010 than anybody else. Am I wrong on that?
Who said that?
Will McClay is not the problem.
How much money they spend to say that, man?
Oh no, this was just a comment on another video that came up. So I, just kind of popped up on the
corner of my screen, and it was one of those ones that I had to kind of.
Well, the reason why we don't go after guys in free agency is because we draft so well. We can't go spend money on Ndamukong Suh and Aqib Talib and Marcus Peters because we got to pay DeMarcus Lawrence and Zach Martin. And I mean, we had so many guys we couldn't even pay him this time around. Anthony Hitchens was a fourth rounder, fifth rounder. We couldn't pay him.
Right. Michael Freeman.
The problem is, and then you don't want to go into cap hell either. We already have issues with the cap.
Well,
what I'm saying? You're trying to get out of it.
We are still making up for the Jay Ratcliffes, the Mile Austins, the Marion Barbers.
It's just been this endless cycle where we restructure guys and stuff so we have the money for this year, and then we'll deal with it next year.
And that's where they finally, I think, part of the reason why they cut Dez was like, you know what, we're going to break the cycle. The reason why I don't think that DeMarcus Lawrence is going to get a long-term deal this year is they're thinking, okay, rookie year, he had a couple sacks in the playoffs against the Lions, didn't show that much. The next year, 8 sacks, great season. The next year, PED suspension, and 1 sack. And then all of a sudden you have this year. Is that going to be how he's going to be, or are we have to worry about that back injury? So I think they're playing a little caution game right now and trying to say maybe we need to start looking at these guys and doing kind of the New England thing. Instead of holding on to them forever, let's use them as a commodity, and let's go ahead and keep building and getting these draft picks.
Well, what they're gonna do is they're gonna let him play on that franchise tag, and if he does what he did last year or similar to what he did last year, then they'll negotiate a contract with him. But if not, then they'll probably say bye-bye. Because
I mean, just looking at your defense, man. Like we were ranked 12 or 8 or something like that. I don't like numbers or whatever.
Yeah, we weren't that bad. We
were ranked highly in defense with no first round picks except Byron. Like Byron is the only first round pick on that defense. Like Sean's a 2, DeMarcus is a 2, Crawford's a 3, Hitchens was like a 5 or something. Jordan is a 3. Woods is a 5 or like a late 6 or something like that.
Right.
Like being able to find talent throughout the draft, some people only hit on first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just us being able to find those guys, man, salute the Will McClay, man. We got talent on this team.
It's about Dan. Thanks for the shout outs. Wants to know, is Garrett the problem, yes or no?
We're not doing this, Mark.
I'm just saying that was a super chat question, and
I always ask them. Okay, all right. So we're not going to answer.
No. They dropped money, so I just want to answer that question quickly. I don't think Jason was the problem last year. I think player execution and losing your best guys was the problem last year.
Without a doubt.
When you lose your best players, you can talk all that. What do other teams do? Well, when you lose Rodgers, you look bad. When you lose Beckham, you look bad. David Johnson, you look bad. Deshaun Watson, those teams look worse. We lost. We're a run team. We lost our running back and left tackle, and Sean Lee is our general. We lost him too, and we still won 9 games. So I mean, look, if Jason Garrett doesn't get it right this year, fire him. Sure, whatever.
All right,
but not last year.
Yeah, well, here's the thing that kills me is your thoughts on Sean Lee, because I keep getting people saying, man, we need to get rid of Sean Lee because he's always hurt, and I'm kind of like, no, when Sean Lee, wait a minute, to me, when Sean Lee's healthy, he's one of the best linebackers out there. What you got to do is you got to plan for having some depth behind him. So when he misses those 3 or 4 games, you got somebody who's competent to fill in. Would you get rid of a Sean Lee?
No, I would not. Like we just said, we need depth behind him. Let's get a young thumper in here in the draft that can take that load off of Sean Lee, so Sean Lee's not out there taking on these blockers. The less Sean Lee has to take on these linemen, the better off that he has from not getting injured. Hence him playing the rest of the
playing
season.
on the weak side, right, where he's not taking on those runs, and with his speed,
Exactly.
sideline to sidelines. I'm telling you, he's one of the don't everybody get pissed off, but he's one of the fastest white guys I've ever seen running sideline to sideline. And he's got a head for the football. The problem is taking on being a middle linebacker. His body is just not there to be able to take it on like that. He's better off on the weak side.
80% of Cowboys fans are emotional and idiots, and I'm gonna keep saying that. If there are
only 80%,
80%. 80%. If there's 10 million Cowboys fans, only 2 million of us make sense.
Okay.
Everybody else watch First Take. They listen to Stephen A. Smith's show. They're emotional. They watch Mel Kiper.
Oh my God!
Get rid of Sean Lee for what, man?
and Ian Rappaport. Put him out there too.
And Ian Rappaport.
First of all, if you listen to Stephen A. Smith, you need to throw yourself away.
All right.
Somebody just called Jason Garrett soft. Did you listen to the All or Nothing audio? Shit, come on, man.
No, Jason Garrett. See, the thing about Jason Garrett, he has different hats. He showed different faces to different. He's not going to show y'all how he really is. How he really is. Wait till y'all see All or Nothing. Y'all going to see like, I didn't know Jason Garrett had that in him. Y'all going to see the real Jason Garrett.
You're right, because when we see him on the sidelines, we see him.
Easy,
we see him at the podium.
Easy. I'm not gonna talk to Mark. Easy. Listen, me and Mark got to we got to a kerfuffle, and Mark was like, "Well, I want a rah guy that's gonna get in somebody's face and tell them what it is." Okay, and I wanted to say, "Well, Mark, you can't cuss grown men out on Fox in front of everybody because we the Cowboys
sure
in front of you." Those guys play hard for Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett ain't no scrub, man. And sure enough, when that damn audio dropped, I knew it.
Okay, I'm actually looking forward to it.
Y'all gonna be shocked and surprised. I'm telling you right now.
I can't wait till it come out. We're actually gonna be in Dallas when it comes out. I might bring my laptop.
I think it starts on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I think they start streaming it on Monday. So, and I've got Amazon Prime, and we've got TV, so we can watch it while we're going down the road on Tuesday and Wednesday. So definitely, all eyes will be on it. And that's where, to me, that's part of the reason why they kept Dez Bryant as long as they did. You can't tell me that all these things that are happening with the draft, with the show All or Nothing, with We the Fans, with Dez Bryant being released just last week, all these things are all kind of like the drama, on steroids. I'm sorry, this stuff feels almost WWE-like.
I mean, that's basically what it is, man. Politics. Narrative. Mm-hmm. The big thing. You know what? Like, how many headlines have the Chargers made this offseason? You know what I mean? Like, everybody's gonna talk about the Cowboys because everybody cares about them. That's why we're America's team. I don't care how much we win or lose.
Right.
Everybody wants to know what we're doing. We don't. Nobody goes to Chargers camp to watch them. Nobody cares nobody cares what the 49ers are doing. When's the last time you heard Jets news? But
you mean other than their linebacker going the wrong way in the Lincoln Tunnel, blowing a .15?
I've never seen so many so-called non-Cowboy fans follow Cowboys,
right,
or follow Cowboy writers or talkers or YouTubers, whatever the case may be. I've never seen so many non-Cowboy. In my opinion, they secretly love the Cowboys. They just don't want. Because you wouldn't be here trolling. You wouldn't. Why else? Why else would you be here? We're not on Giants break. We're not on Redskins break, and we damn sure ain't on Eagles break.
You're right about that. Lord knows we get plenty of trolls up here. Good Lord, I got as many trolls on here as I do regular Cowboy fans.
I had a Patriot troll on mine today.
Derek Young in the chat box says, "Vach, stop with this Jason Garrett talk. Come on, brother." I was asked. Mark asked me, man.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot, man. You know what? I can't wait to get you in Dallas, man. Get all of us at a table here having conversations about the team. This is gonna be crazy.
We do that and scream at each other for 5 hours, Mark? Why we do that?
Who said we're
Because
gonna
it's entertaining.
I didn't. Did I say scream?
Hey,
I said
Vosh,
talk
you ain't
about
no
football,
controversy
man.
Sales, bro?
What'd you say?
I
Controversy.
think you ain't no
sells.
controversy sales, bro.
You know what? This is what Mark and Law Nation are really good at. Every time I go on Law's channel, I end up fussing at somebody new. Every time.
What
Controversy,
what did
bro.
I do,
That's
man?
what everybody want. They want that. That's what they want, man. They want
Jackie,
the drama,
you
bro.
can get
That's
an
the brand.
amen. Okay.
Whether it's Law's guest or Mark's comment people or chat box, I'm always fussing at
listen,
somebody.
I got no control over what people out there. It's not me typing now. Have I said anything bad, man? Have I said anything bad?
Not today.
Come on, man. Listen,
We got a long show to go. We got plenty time to go.
no, man. This is just
Don't
conversation,
say
man.
that about Mark. Mark is like Beyonce. He got, you know how Beyonce got the beehive. He got the Mark hive.
Bring them on.
Come on, man. You are so sensitive, man. You got to get a tough skin. You know how many things I was called with the whole Earl Thomas situation? You know how many people went after me and said that I am nothing but a clickbaiter and I won't put
Which
ever
wasn't
else.
valid. Which wasn't valid. I don't understand how they were coming at you about the Earl Thomas situation when that shit
here's what I
is
do.
happening.
Just brush it right on off, man.
It's happening. That's a done deal, bro. Like,
Look,
I don't
I'm
understand.
not mad. I'm not upset. I just simply made an observation that when I come on y'all's show, I fuss with people. I don't fuss with Foots. When I go on Joe's show, I don't fuss with nobody.
Oh man! We have such a diverse crowd, though, man. We got a little bit of everybody. We got, Eagles fans, Redskin fans, and occasionally a Giant fan or two in here, too. And, of course, we get both sides of the fence on Cowboy fans. We have some out there that hate Dak Prescott, said that he's the worst quarterback of all time. We've got Tony Romo lovers. We got guys that love Jason Garrett. We got guys that say, I'm just an idiot. It just takes all kinds to make the world go around, as well as the Jobu Sports Report. But
comes with the territory, I guess.
It does, and I've learned, because I used to think, oh my God, I can't believe some of the things people say. Well, okay, it's a free country. Say what you want to say. Just try and keep it clean, because we have young people, we have wonderful ladies that are on here and stuff like that. I have no problem with people telling me I'm an idiot and stuff. So, kind of keep it cool with those things. Just, keep the 4-letter words down a bit. That's all I ask. Like I said, you don't have to agree with me. In fact, I like the fact that we have discussions where we're on different sides of the fence, because I may not be right, you may not be right. Somewhere in the middle may be the truth or the real solution. The only way we're going to get there is by having a discussion and looking at all the options.
Correct.
It's your boy Dan dropped $2 in your super chat. He said, Calvin, really? ? I say, nah, ?
Not unless you can get him in the second round.
No, we're not gonna be able to get Calvin Ridley. That's why I said earlier he's not gonna be available. Yeah, Cortland Sutton is more. Him and DJ Moore look like they would be more feasible for us to get at this point.
But here's
Earl Hernandez.
Well, when you let's look at the wide
But
receivers.
in the first round, we need Hernandez, right?
Look at the wide receivers last year in the draft. Pretty much none of them had a major impact out the gate. That's one of those positions that take a little while to really get going. And I think this team needs a bang for next year.
A bang like left guard.
A bang, I could take it. Yeah,
like bang these damn defensive tackles up.
Because because that's the kind
like
of positions.
Right. Those are the kind of positions that it doesn't take a whole lot of
Learning to go through and to be a good guard off the bat. It doesn't take a whole lot to be a plug in the middle. That's going to be a guy that's going to say, okay, this instantly is going to make that team better. The wide receiver may not develop for 2 or 3 years. And the same thing about an edge rusher. Edge rushers don't necessarily come out the gate doing really, really well. Very few of them are Reggie White. And if you
if you get Hernandez, you can go ahead and say that you can plug him in and play. I mean, he's a guy that he's not going to take a long time to develop, because he's already been around Tyron Smith. He knows how those guys are, and they will be good guys to coach him up and get him where he needs to be before the season starts. So he get in here in training camp and he learned these plays and how this offense is run. I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with that pick right there.
Right.
And I'll say this. Even though I really like Willie Earl Hernandez, like I'll be fine with Isaiah Wynn because
I would too.
If you watch film on him versus Alabama, he was whooping Deshaun Hand, Deron Payne, and Rashaan Evans. He whooped everybody Alabama threw at him. So I'll take that dude too.
Although I think Wynn might go a little earlier though.
Wynn, that's why I'm saying Willie Earl because Wynn probably going to be gone. I think Wynn is probably more pro ready right now, so teams may go for him a little bit, faster than they'll go for Hernandez. But fine, because I kind of prefer Hernandez, so let's run it. Ruben said
the thing about Hernandez. Now he went to a school where they suck, so it was almost like you were like the guy that shined on a sorry team. So again, I don't know why teams look down on that because again, you can't help that your team didn't put up.
But look though, he went to the Senior Bowl and whooped everybody there too. So I don't,
Yeah,
right.
He did.
So did Isaiah Wynn. That we could just say that. So I feel good about these guards. Pete, man, Ruben, Go Bellin in the chat box says, I want to debate with Vach. Why? I think did Mark Holmes set you up to say that?
No,
Mr.
he did not. No, but shout out to Brian right there. The Zeke pre-Elliott project and William Moore Jr. We're getting ready to do that drawing in a couple minutes here for the Dak Prescott autographed shirt. No, I did not put anybody up to any of this stuff in here, man. I didn't even know you were coming on, man. You called in, boom. Okay, hey, there's Vosh. No, these people are doing this stuff of their own accord. You know I got nothing but love for you, man.
Oh yeah, man. I'm just out here joking, man, having fun, smiling, just putting on the show for the people, man. We just making it do what it do. Yeah. Your last super chat say Puna Ford in the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
E, what you think about Puna Ford in the 5th if you're there?
If he's there in the 5th, go ahead and pull the string on that one.
Tackle from Texas. He probably 6 foot, 5'11", 6'1", something like that. 310.
Yeah, he's about 6'1", 6'2".
Whooped everybody at the Senior Bowl combine snub. I would love to have him in the 5th.
Yep.
All right, Morpheus D. I'm hoping you're ready for some of the DEF CON 1 chicken wing sauce, man, because I'm gonna make sure you're part of that challenge. Mike, can I get you to pull out a name for me over here? All right, man. We're coming down to the home stretch, man. I can't believe we've been planning this draft trip for so long. I can't believe that it is literally almost here, and I think this season is going to be here a lot quicker than I dropped one. Then we know it too. Now you've seen the schedule. You've seen the schedule. What is your prediction on the season? I'm saying
10-6, 11-5.
I'm saying 11-5.
10-8. No, just say 10-6.
Bosch, what's your prediction?
I think we win a lot of football games because we're a talented team that had a bad season, and people forget about that with their ungrateful asses.
Okay.
So
Exactly.
they're going to be at 80%.
Okay, here we go. The winner for the Dak Prescott shirt. And don't worry if you don't win the Dak Prescott shirt, guys. I got so many shirts autographed. I've got Bill Bates out there again. I've got Billy Joe Dupree. I've got Tony Casillas and Alexander Miller. Alexander Miller is our winner tonight. Send me an email at cowboysmark@gmail94. All the other winners, guys, I've actually got in contact with you. I've been so busy getting everything ready for the trip. I haven't had a chance to go to the post office, and I've got to package all those things up. So I have all those shirts from the Charles Haley, the Bill Bates, the set of shot glasses. There's 2 other shirts in there. I think it's a Collins shirt and all that. So don't worry. They're coming to you. Just have to get stuff together. So Alexander Miller, congratulations. And thank everybody who has done a super chat helping out the channel, because the only way this thing's been able to grow is because of your support and stuff. And we're going to make this trip the bomb. And believe me, we're going to be doing all kinds of trips and things during the season to different games and stuff. What games are you guys most looking forward to as you've looked at the schedule?
I haven't looked at the schedule because I know people gonna ask me to damn predict it just so I can say something, just so I can be wrong, just so they can run and laugh and just say I'm wrong. I don't really get into the whole prediction game, man. I'm a one thing at a time type of guy. So I've been really focused on the draft. I've been getting this last minute homework in. I haven't really even looked at it, but I know we're playing the AFC South, and I don't know the other division that we're playing. I don't know, but go ahead. I would love to play the Eagles, you know what I'm saying? Like, just to, because they're way up here as far as hype or whatever. And, rivalry, dream team type of deal. I would love to put hands on them if I had to give an answer.
All right.
Them and
Don?
the Falcons is our biggest competition this year. But I'm gonna say I'm looking forward to that Texans game, the battle of the state of Texas. That's what I'm
All
looking
right.
forward to. The battle of the number 4s, Deshaun Watson against Dak Prescott.
There you go.
Who's the best number 4?
Easy 23 and Donovan, both of you guys. We'll do another drawing on Monday night for one of the other shirts and things that I have, and we'll be taking some more down the road. So during the draft, the interesting thing about the draft is basically we're on the clock for 10 minutes, okay? And the rest of it is kind of like a lot of time to fill in. So we're going to be doing the wing challenge. We'll be doing some more prize giveaways and things like that, and definitely meeting and greeting you guys. Hopefully, if you guys are there, what's going to happen is they're looking at right now over 400,000 people have registered for the NFL experience and the draft itself. It's going to be crazy because half of the parking lot is actually part of the NFL experience. It's regular work days, so companies aren't going to want you to park in their business lots unless you're actually doing business there. So you're going to be kind of a ways away. We're going to be in Ranger Lot H. So it'll probably be on your walk to the stadium. We're going to be set up there with tables, chairs. We're going to be having tons of food, drinks. You're going to have my man Vosh. So if you guys want to debate Vosh, don't tell him I told you that. But if you want to debate Vosh, you want to meet DMV Blue, you want to meet E2 Blue, and DMV Dallas Cowboys, as well as Law Nation.
Say, man.
You are crazy, man.
No, I'm done talking. That's it.
Okay, all right.
Man, I'm just like I said, I'm just looking forward to Tuesday night. I know you guys. I mean, you guys are gonna get a big treat. I mean, you're gonna get sick of us with all this live streaming and stuff that we're gonna be doing. I mean, it's gonna be crazy because ain't nobody gonna get no sleep, and you got a bunch of dudes crazy on this trip. I mean, somebody gonna get on somebody's nerves, man. It's gonna be crazy.
Some people have gotten on me because we've got the New York stinking Giant fan that's gonna be in there, and everybody's like, "Oh man, I'm gonna unsubscribe because you're gonna have a Giant fan going." I was like, "Yeah, man, we need somebody to throw under the bus."
Nah, he gonna go on top of the bus.
Nah, he going under the bus, man. No, we're gonna be giving him a whole lot of flack.
We're gonna strap that ass to the top of the bus. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, no, but it's all good. That's one of the things that I love about football is growing up here in the Washington D.C. area and being a Dallas Cowboy fan, having the rivalry, being able to talk trash. It was actually incredible to go to this pivotal moments where there was Redskins versus Cowboys legends in a charity golf tournament and listening to the stories from guys like Doc Walker or Billy Joe Dupree. But the thing that was interesting to me is football hasn't changed any. One of the Redskin players, I can't think of his name right now, Charlie Taylor, who played for the Colts. This was really an eye-opener. He went with the Colts to the Super Bowl. Before the season, he went to the team and said, "Hey, look, I deserve a raise. I want more money." And stuff. They said, "Hey, man, don't worry about it. You have a good season. We'll take care of you at the end of the year." They go on. They win the Super Bowl. He goes in there. He's got 3 newspaper articles talking about how he was instrumental in them making it and winning the Super Bowl. He said, "Hey, here we go. I'm ready to negotiate." The owner says, "We ain't renegotiating. Have a nice day." And that makes you realize it is strictly a cold-hearted business. And when they're done with you, they're done with you. And it's nothing new. So when we look at what's going on with Dez Bryant and that situation, it ain't nothing new. So that is what it is. And that's going to be where I leave us tonight. So make sure you guys, if you haven't, come out from under the rock, subscribe to E2 Blue, and definitely Vosh. Vosh, this is his time of year where he really goes in depth on these players and stuff. You're going to be able to see everybody here as well as everybody else at the draft and stuff. Show them your love. If you don't remember their link, just go to my home screen. You'll see all the featured channels of guys that we work with and subscribe to them. As always, guys, thank you for the support. We'll see you Monday night, the night before we head off for the draft. Have a great and safe weekend, and I will see you soon. That is, if I can stop the camera.
What up, fellas?
All right, man. That was I think that was pretty good, man. I am excited as shit for this draft, man. I cannot literally wait for this thing.
I was at the
cannot
day
wait.
job today. I was at the day job today studying, man. Just getting that last bit of work in, just in case somebody asks me about a player. I need to know. I need to know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I'm risking getting fired just to be prepared for this thing, man.
Yeah, don't quit your day job, man. I'm not ready to do that yet.
I ain't quitting the day. Not yet, man. Not yet.
No.
But I'm excited, man.
I'm ecstatic, man. I just cannot wait to get on the road. Like I said, I don't
You
think
driving up, Vosh?
What's that?
Are you driving up Wednesday?
I'm driving Wednesday. Yeah. Wednesday morning.
Okay.
So I'll be there Wednesday to Sunday.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
What I'm trying to do is see if we can get Mike Fisher at Maverick Bar.
They say we still alive, Mark. They
Are we?
say we still alive.
Oh, are we? Oh, wow.
Overtime.
I could have sworn I stopped the stream. Well, you guys got bonus coverage.